Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a casted game of Age of Empires 3. Spawning in on the right-hand side of the map, it is Passy. That's right, we got a Passy game, and he's going to be up against Animus. And we've got a little bit of a poor mirror here. So, both of these players, I believe, are, at least for Animus, I know he's relatively new to the Portuguese. So we'll have to see how he can do here. Passy, I believe, is a little bit more familiar with it. So, you know, both players here playing as the Portuguese. We're going to have to see what they look to do, see what their differences are on this map. As we see, Animus is going to be opening up with a TP over here, whereas it looks like Passy is not. So already a little bit of a difference in the builds here. So both of these guys, extremely good friends. And I assume we're going to be seeing quite a bit of shit talk this game, as we see Passy saying Animus Pro in the chat. Not exactly sure what that is referring to, but I'm sure we'll be seeing it quite a bit this game. I gotta say, I love having a chat in game here. But for those that don't know, I cast a lot of Age of Empires 4, and we have no in-game chat in that game, which is a real shame. I always love seeing players communicating to each other in these games, so it's something I really like to see here in Age of Empires 3. But Animus going to be picking up some treasures here, looking to pick up just a little bit of wood. 35 wood going to be very nice for him. We see going to be sending in the first card here. It is going to be for Taurus. So that means his town center will start to slowly trickle in some resources. Passy going to be sending in the same card there. His one coming through just a little bit later. That's because, well, he doesn't have a TP. So Animus, you know, he gets through that little bit of extra XP. We see he's already quite a bit ahead. And Passy saying Animus with the TP because he knows his ports. So Animus, you know, he's been playing quite a bit. He knows his openings. So I wonder if this is a Crabgot build, because Crabgot's been helping coach Animus a little bit when it comes to the ports. So I wouldn't be surprised to see if this is a Crabgot build or not. Probably is going to be one, but yeah, Animus playing it a little bit different here to what Passy's doing. Passy just going to be going for the fast age up, and we see he is going to be very much ahead when it comes to that age up. We see the Philosopher's Prince going to be coming through for him, whereas Animus, you know, he's still a little bit of food away. So Animus, he's delayed a little bit of his age 2 for a trading post, which, you know, we'll have to see how it does for players. But Passy's going to be up a lot earlier. He's going to have through his second TC out, because the ports are going to TC upon their age up. So he's going to be able to get a nice forward position possibly with his TC, whereas Animus is not. We see Animus also going to be aging up with the Philosopher Prince. So Passy could get a really nice position here. I'm having a look at this spot here. Here could be really nice for a TC. You get the silver mine, the moose, the trading post as well. You know, I'm sure Passy would be looking to add in more trading posts, as we see he is now adding one in over here. This is also a nice spot for a TC, so maybe Passy goes over on this spot. This is probably a little bit safer as well, but then you are opening yourself up to the opportunity that Animus could put his TC here. So I have to see what players look to do. Maybe Passy just sticks it in the base. We'll have to wait and see, but we see for the time being, he's very heavy on the gold here, so might be looking towards just a fast fortress. Animus, on the other hand, going for a market. So Animus is playing this a little bit more greedy, right? He's got the trading post, he's got the market, he's starting to grab some upgrades. We see hunting dogs coming in for him, whereas Passy's just going for, like, the straight fast fortress here. Well, apart from the TP, but the TP was added in a little bit later. So, you know, we'll have to see how it does for players. But Passy, he reaches the next stage. That trading post, not trading post, covered wagon is going to be coming out on this position here, like we talked about earlier. He's going to be denying Animus away from building his TC here. You see, Animus is still a few seconds away from that age 2. So where's Animus going to be able to put his? Maybe up to the north here, but, you know, you're surrendering so much map control. So I'm loving Passy's position right now with that forward covered wagon. Animus, he has through his covered wagon. Where's he looking to place it, though? Let's take a look at his point of view. He's just going to be placing in the base here. So Animus playing very, very condensed here in the base. He's got plenty of food under here, but very condensed. Whereas Passy, you know, he's playing for the map control right now. He's grabbing through the 700 coin. Going to be going for Fortress Age. We see plenty of food in the bank. Just needs a little bit more coin. which he is about to... Oh, sorry, that is Animus with the coin coming through. Passy already has his through. We see he's gathering it up now. So he's going to be able to age up any second now. Also sending through the wood, 700 wood. Let's see the age up. What's it going to be, Passy? He hasn't clicked the age up quite yet. There it is. It's going to be the Ethiopian queen. Okay. So, Passy, I have a feeling you could just stick the other TC immediately next to this one. Just to secure up this position a little bit more. I guess you could go towards the south of the map as well. You know, more resources up here. Maybe even the north of the map. We're going to have to wait and see. But Animus, for the time being, it looks like he is also going to be aging up with the Exile Prince. They're going to be getting through the faster age up here. So both relatively aging up at pretty much the same time. Animus will get slightly... we'll get the slightly faster age up, right? Because he's aging up with the Exile Prince. So we'll have to see where he looks to place his third TC. But, you know, Passy's got a great forward position here. We see he's now going to be dropping down that barracks. So he's looking to put on a lot of pressure here upon reaching the Fortress Age. I assume we're going to be seeing the 3 organ gun shipment coming through for players here. I mean, Passy, he's got it in the deck. 200 coin for 3 organ guns. It's a great card. One of the best cards in the game, in my opinion. So, Passy, I'm sure, will be looking to grab that. We'll start to siege down some of the base here, I'm sure. And we see Passy typing in the chat. Wow. But there it is. The covered wagon is out for Animus. Where's he looking to go with this? Where is he off to? Passy saying, that's sick, bro. I don't think Passy was expecting the such a fast age up out of Animus, but no, Animus, he's got the strats out here. He's got the strats, and Animus going really north with this covered wagon. Passy, he is about to be aged up. I'm gonna have to see which wagon or which TC the wagon pops out of. That TC coming down on the north side here for Animus. We'll need to be careful if Passy's looking to put on a lot of pressure here, and we'll need to be really careful. And we see that TC will be going up here with some, you know, these warriors as well. Shuttle warriors coming through from the age up. Animus, he's out with the dragoons already. We see 5 dragoons. Really, really nice for him. Passy going to be sending through the 3 organ guns. Animus, on the other hand, not sending that through quite yet. And we see Minutemen also going to get called here. Animus going to be losing out on a couple of dragoons here if he's not careful. 1 dragoon goes down. 2 dragoon almost going down. That's a lot of damage. And Animus, he needs to be careful here. These are expensive units. Passy also going to be adding in some halberdiers. Look at this. He made some halberdiers, and he's got through the 3 organ guns. So going very heavy on the siege here. And this is why I think I like this second TC position here for Animus. It's going to provide a lot of shelter for him on the gold mine. You know, extra TC5, also access to more Minutemen. So, you know, Animus, I think he should be able to hold this pretty well. We see the organ guns going to be setting up here. First volley coming through, first villager going to be going down. Animus reacting to that. Going to be just sticking them inside the TC. Animus, we see just more and more dragoons coming through for him. 3 organ guns also going to be coming through for him as well. Passy just making more and more halberdiers for the time being. Animus trying to just wait for the time being, it seems, with the dragoons. I assume he's just going to be pouncing on this as soon as the organ guns come through. He could have looked to just pop them out this TC, to be honest, and try and get a volley onto the organ guns. But Animus, waiting for the time being. His TC will be perfectly fine here till the organ guns come through. Organ guns don't have a huge amount of siege. Obviously, it's still good, but it's nothing special. Now the organ guns pop. Animus, he gets off the volley. First organ gun, second organ gun goes down. Third one goes down by the dragoons. Animus finding huge value right there and finds some kills on the halberdiers, and more dragoons coming through for Animus. Animus in such a strong position now. Passy, he needs to be careful here. We see both of his TCs on the front line here, and Passy saying, forgot that this is an IH build, so it's extra bad. I'm not sure what the IH is, to be honest, but Passy not feeling that confident about his build here. I mean, he was shit-talking Animus a little bit earlier on, but, you know, Animus is now the one in a commanding lead taking out that shipment, right? He's still on 3 TC. He lost 1 villager. Passy, he lost out on 3 organ guns and some halberdiers. And we see this first TC under a lot of pressure right now. Passy, what's he massing up? He's just massing up some halberdiers. We see an artillery foundry coming through for Passy now. Passy finally going to be adding in some of the Dragoons of his own. He does have down an artillery foundry already in the base here, so going to be making some more organ guns, and has down a stable. So what is the plan here for Passy? Because he's going to be losing this TC here, unfortunately. He's going to be starting to fall behind in builds. We see Passy at the moment is 3 builds ahead. But yeah, he needs to be careful about losing this this forward position. We see that first TC goes down. Passy going to be popping out even more halberdiers. We see 8 halberdiers coming through as a shipment right now, as well as 2 organ guns from the artillery foundry. Passy just complaining here. Animus replying with get good. You know, Passy might be able to get a good little pop here with the halberdiers. This TC will not be going down in time. Those halberdiers could find some huge value here. Passy going to be coming from the south side as well. He might be able to get a good surround. We see Minutemen also going to be getting pulled here. Halberdiers finding huge value. Minutemen getting in here as well. Animus needs to retreat back with these organ guns. He takes a huge amount of halberdiers out with these organ guns. Needs to be kiting here with the Dragoons. Organ guns on the back line. Able to find some value here for Passy as well. They do get taken out though. Maybe not as much value as he was hoping for, but Animus losing out on so many Dragoons. He's going to be losing out on his organ guns as well. Animus throwing away the lead he had right there. Dragoons are not cheap units. These are so damn expensive. He can't just be throwing them away like that. Sure, he won the fight, but at what cost? And Passy behind this, you know, he's taking out the organ guns. He's just going to be sending in the 8 Cassadors. And Passy actually saying there, what's kiting? Animus not kiting there with the Dragoons. Not falling back with the organ guns means he lost a huge amount of army. And with these Dragoons, not Dragoons, sorry, Cassadors coming through, Animus is just going to be losing out on a load of his army. And he's not going to be able to do anything about it. We see through now more Dragoons. He's sending halberdiers of his own, probably to try and siege, but Passy's got the perfect counter to both of this, right? The Cassadors, they're perfect here. And it looks like that TC will be able to survive for the time being. Animus just does the Culverin taking it out. We see the Culverin really doesn't have that much damage. It's yeah, it's not exactly a mortar. I'll say that much. But Passy's starting to build up a real massive Cassador now. We see he's up to 13. Animus has out his own, but not to the mass where he can deal with this. He does have a load of Dragoons though, so maybe if he can put them into melee, try to get a nice surround on these guys, then he'll be looking in a decent spot. But we see he's taking a lot of damage at the moment from the TC. 5 villagers do sit inside of that town center, which, I mean, sure, it's idle time, but it's also taking a ton of damage off of Animus's army. And Animus, he's taking a lot of damage right now from just these Cassadors. More and more Cassadors coming out from this barracks. Passy has through another shipment as well, sending in another 7 Cassadors. Passy, he's more than happy to do this. Animus hasn't got any sort of organ gun coming through from the artillery foundry, which is a little bit surprising. He's getting through cavalry, so maybe he can get a good cab surround in on these Cassadors. He'll be looking in a decent spot. As we see, he is actually starting to make his lead when it comes to the economy. He's up by 3 builds for the time being. That's just because Passy, he's been put under a lot of pressure on the second TC, and his third TC went down a while ago. So, you know, he needs to be wary of that. But Animus still sitting in a good spot here. You know, he's managed to rebuild his army, despite throwing away quite a bit of army, but we see the pop coming through for Passy, up to 24 Cassadors. He's got Dragoons on the way as well, but needs to be careful. Animus moving through with the Hussar, only 8-2 Hussar, but, you know, he's got a huge mass here. If he can get a good surround on this, he's looking in a really, really good spot, but Animus just going to be retreating back for the time being, not committing to the fight. But he's taking so much damage in the process. We see Passy's more than happy to take these shots with the Cassadors. We see Animus just losing out so much army. Culverin also looking to get taken out there. Passy gonna have to retreat back once again. He's got Dragoons out on the field, so he's going to be able to deal with these Hussar. TC also going to be able to do a lot of damage onto Hussar as they have the bonus damage, right? But the town center starting to run low. This Culverin actually doing decent damage now. It's down to 1,000 HP. But Animus's cavalry mass starting to build up really high now. Dragoons are in those. So, I mean, you know, Passy, I think, is going to be able to hold this one. We see score is now starting to even up. Passy also sending through even more Dragoons. He understands how important it is not to throw away this massive Cassador. TC down to 800 HP right now. 8 villagers sit inside there. The TC fire is absolutely huge right now from this town center. And Passy, he is looking in such a good spot right now. But we got more Dragoons coming through. He even says a lull in the chat. More and more Castador coming through. Oh, I say that. Only the one, but it's better than nothing, right? Town center. Still getting shot at by the Cauldron. Means Passy cannot repair this one up. But Passy, I think, is almost ready to go in for the counter push here. I mean, look at the numbers he's got. He's even sent through his Dragoon card. At least it looks like he might have been, but not going to be the case now. Passy also floating a ton of resources. Is he looking now for a bit of an industrial age? I think it might be the case, unless it's just his macros a little bit off, which could definitely be the case. We see still got a ton of units in the queue. 5 more Dragoons. 5 more Castador will be coming through soon as well. So, honestly, Passy is in a super good position. Animus, he's now adding in a couple more organ guns. This is exactly what he needs. If he can get out a couple good organ gun shots onto this Castador mass, you know, that could be the turnaround point right there. But Animus, for the time being, just taking so much damage from the TC, from these pot shots from the Castador. But now Animus, he's got through the organ guns. Passy doesn't have any sort of Cauldron here to deal with this. We see that nice little shot onto the Castador mass. Passy losing out on a lot of army right there. Huge value. Huge value, in fact, from those organ guns. Oh my goodness. Animus. Maybe he can still be in this. You see the town center's going to be going down. Passy down to 1 TC. Animus still very happily sitting on 3. We see that villager lead. Hasn't really been found though. Animus only 2 villagers ahead. But that will change with time. Passy for the time being, you know, he's just getting out so many units. We see, oh, this is really smart. I mean, needs to make sure he doesn't reveal his plan here, though. As we see, unfortunately, he does reveal that plan. We got the Dragoon combat coming through, giving the extra hit points and damage towards the Dragoons. Passy's also got coming through Veterancy Haas and training up some more. We see another Sable coming through. If Passy can get a full tab switch coming through right now, I think that could be really good for him, because he needs to try and get some raids onto Animus as well. But he can look to try and, you know, completely surround these organ guns, the Cauldron. The Cab also going to get sort of counted out by Passy. And he can look to take out the Castadors. So I think this is really, really smart out of Passy. I wouldn't be surprised to see Animus now looking to add in a load more Dragoons. And that is the case. We see 5 more coming through from him. So I feel like it was a little bit of a mistake revealing your hand. It's just a little bit unfortunate for Passy, right? He had the stable rally towards the front line here. But Animus, he's looking in a good spot for the time being. You know, he's got the eco advantage. We see that starting to build up now. 6 villagers ahead. Passy needs to get in a good fight. He's got a decent mass, right? So if he can somehow find a good value here on the army from Animus, he's definitely still in this. But he needs to try and do it fast, right? Because Animus, his eco starting to go a little bit crazy. In saying that, though, he isn't making from half of his TCs. So, you know, if this is the way Animus is going to be playing it, then maybe Passy can just, you know, stick it out on 1 TC a little bit longer. But yeah, we do also see Passy still has access to plenty of resources. You know, he's still got plenty of gold to his disposal. Plenty of hunts as well up to the north side, to the south side. So, you know, food or resources as a whole isn't a problem for Passy. It's just the villager count. And we see Passy smashing up more and more Huss. We see he's going in for the death push right now. Animus, he's got a decent mass here, but it's nowhere near the size of Passy's. Passy, I mean, Animus has to somehow come up with something here. He needs to use the defender's advantage to his advantage, right? You know, it's good an advantage for a reason. And now Passy going in, taking out the first of the Cauldron. Huss going to be jumping on top of the units here. Animus, he's in a bit of trouble here, not pulling forward the organ guns. Organ guns need to get on the Castadors here. Castadors going to be taking out all of the Dragoons, and once the Dragoons go down for Animus, Passy is going to be able to clean up the Castadors with the Huss. We see Huss also going to be jumping on top of the organ guns here. Animus not keeping them defended right there. Passy lost quite a few of his Castadors, but it's nowhere near the amount Animus needed. He's got more Dragoons coming through. He's got 8 more here now, but it's a little bit late. Passy has completely wiped up Animus's mass of Castador. And now Passy, he's in such a strong position. Animus, sure, he's got a slight eco advantage, but I don't see that lasting much longer. Passy's got so much health, so many Dragoons. He should just be able to raid all of these villagers and need to probably just siege down the TC. Passy now going to be looking to move up to the north. That's where a lot of Animus' economy is. Look at the villagers up here. 40 villagers up to the north here. Passy knows exactly where the eco is, and Passy's going to be looking to punish that. Hussar on the way. The only place villagers can hide is in this TC, and Passy, he is sitting, guarding on top of this. Animus has more Dragoons coming through, more organ guns, but we see here villagers getting caught off guard, villagers getting pushed off the gold, and he's only leading them more towards the villagers. And we see more and more Huss coming through for Passy. Animus going to be calling GG and resigns. Passy, what looked like it was going to be game over for him after losing that forward base, was still able to win by taking the good fights. What a crazy game. If you did enjoy this, please do feel free to leave a like. Consider subscribing. If you want to check out Animus, I'll leave a link to his stream down in the description. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.